Hello, live from my room. No, I'm just playing. Welcome, 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 welcome. We about to get into some stuff. I hope everybody likes my avatar. I hope everybody is doing well this evening. So we are going to let some folk get in here and we're going to learn us some stuff and talk about some things that will not only benefit Hemuwad, but also other people. Shout out to Toledo, Ohio. Let's get it. Thank you for coming. Welcome, welcome. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna do a little intro music for y'all. Let's see what's going on. Du-du-du-du-du-du. We're gonna put it on this screen. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, 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 welcome. All right, we'll put a little mood music on for folk. Give people time to come on in. Okay, okay. Let's put this background. What we doing tonight? I don't think this is the same. I don't like that. Hold on. All right. Come on in, come on in. Grab a seat. Okay. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Okay, no, that's not this. Wrong place, wrong place. I really do hope everybody's having a great evening. Peace, peace. Big Dog Philly OG, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Toledo, Ohio, shout out. Let us get it. Tonight, I want to talk about how we can invest in ourselves. Thank you. Much respect, sir. Like always. Like always. What you talking about? I sound like you. Get out of here, Simon. Don't start your ja. I just got here. It's been a busy day, so excuse my rest on my voice. Let's go. Salute, salute. Thank you for the support. Y'all have no idea how appreciative I am of that. Thank you. Welcome. I'd like to put something beautiful up here. Yes. All right, this is part 3 of my series. I don't know how many parts I'm gonna have, but this right now is part 3. You know me, I like to get into the thick of it, but I want to give people a little bit of time. Enjoy. If you would like to hit the link, you're more than welcome. If I like talking to people, not just to myself. Only if I have to. Again, welcome. Okay, this one ain't too bad though. This little Jimmy Jam ain't bad. I don't know what you're saying, Simon. Arms be quaint. Sound like a good. I think it's quiet. I believe that's what you're trying to say. Welcome. Please welcome. Thank you for taking the time out of your Sunday evening to come and hang out with moi. Hey, Mr. Best. Let me add you to the stream, sir. Hello. Let me turn this music down. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, family, peace and love. Peace and love.
Thank you. Thank you. How is your Sunday going?
It's
Is it
smooth,
later in the
spending time
evening
with
where you are?
family. Yeah,
Yeah,
spending
that's
time with family.
oh,
It's a
that's
little,
great.
it's a little warm out here. You know what I mean? But me and the
Nice.
family, we chilling back, we cooling. You know what I'm saying? And we preparing
That's
for the
what it
week and
is.
all that. You know what I mean? And we doing our
Hmm.
thing.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate y'all coming in. I'm seeing folk come in. Much love. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again. I promise you will walk away with something. Um,
What are you building on today, sister? Because I can't stay in here long because I'm with family. But I wanted to come up and support.
oh
What are you building on right now?
yeah. So we're going into how we can make money by investing in ourselves and in our community. How we can utilize a little bit of money and make it go a long way and do a lot. So I appreciate you coming up and supporting. Um, I promise it won't be boring, and I hope you walk
No,
away
no,
with
you're
something
not.
amazing.
You're never boring, sister. You're never boring. You're giving people
Oh,
you're giving people in
thanks.
depth facts. You know what I'm saying? And
I
I think that's important. And speaking on the topic real quick, if I may, and you welcome
mm-hmm.
definitely. I definitely want to show love.
No, go ahead,
Our
please.
dollar our dollar stays in our community. The shortest time of any other culture that we know. You know what I'm saying?
6 seconds.
So
You are absolutely right.
us, us investing in our community, right? Correct. Like you know about that. Us investing in our community is essential. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that what people have to understand: if you don't have anything that you have ownership of, you don't have anything. Okay. So we have to understand about owning real estate, owning businesses, owning properties. You know what I mean? And just basically, growing our own foods if we can do that as well. I know some of us live in urban areas that may be a little difficult. I get you, right? You may be up in the projects. I feel you. I understand. It may not be easy for you to do it. All right. So I understand certain conditions kind of permit that. But we have to
Right,
start at a
exactly.
ground based level. You know what I mean? Support.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying, sister? We got to support those people who are doing businesses in our community. You know what I mean? The kids who are trying to be something in our community, whether they want to be in politics, whether they want to be
right,
an actress or an actor, or they want to be in a social services field, whatever they want to be in.
right.
We need to support the kids, the men and women who are doing these things. You know what I'm saying? But what I see in our culture
Exactly.
too, we'll be quick to support the kids, but we don't want to support the adults. But then we're mad when the adults are not giving back to society. It's backwards. So we got to support everybody in totality. You know what I mean? We got to be a
It,
functioning unit.
Thank you for saying that because that is the truth. I know for a long time, I know we get the I don't trust you. Bonjour. Thank you for coming in, EXO. Um, there are dynamics that I understand coming from that background that what is it what's in it for me? Why should I care about my community now when it's a whole bunch of charlatans, it's a whole bunch of this, it's a whole bunch of that? There will always be people on the other side who don't want to see success. But we're not worried about those people. We're worried about the people that want to leave something for their families. Somebody who wants to see the seed they plant now grow. Basically. That's it. And yes, I'm using earth puns because my name is Chocolate Earth. So,
and
you know,
we
it is about that. It is about that.
and what we have to do too, sister, is that we got to understand that not everybody's going to be on a level that everybody else is on, right?
Of
So you
course.
may have a brother and sister who they may not be, intellectual. No pun intended. No pun intended, right? They may not be
I
intellectual. They
got
may
you.
not
I
be
got you.
intellectually sound, right? But
Right.
they may be strong
Exactly.
in the mo. You know what I'm saying? They may be the
And
strongest person on the block. So
hey.
Why not use their strength? You know what I'm saying? In order to have them, move things around, maybe fix things in a home, maybe lift heavy things. They're able to be functional
Everybody has
without being
purpose.
functional in one area.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everybody
Mm-hmm.
plays their part, sister. You feel
That's
me?
it.
So that's what has to happen. You know what I mean? And if we don't do that, and we don't start utilizing that, then what's going to happen is that we'll have people in the community that's not giving back to not giving back to the community, but we're not using them. But then, as we're not using them, they don't have no resources and no money. We can't get mad if they start robbing, stealing, and looting because people gonna eat. Okay, I
Right.
just want
No
to make a
matter
newsflash
what.
to y'all. People gonna eat. So either y'all make an opportunity for them, or they're gonna make an opportunity out of you or somebody else that you close to, or somebody that you know. So take it however you want. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to be smart out here. We got to be smart. We got to be humane. We have to understand the things that are going on out here. And if we do that, then we're a lot better. Also, sister, I wanted to add you to this business group I have on Instagram. I don't know if I added you already. I don't think I did, but I'm gonna add you to this business group I have, and
Well, thank
definitely I want you to
you.
chime
Thank
in.
you.
I want you to chime in there, let your presence be known, and
All
yeah,
right.
and definitely
Thank you very
you know
much.
what I mean,
I
represent.
appreciate that. I
But
appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna give you a chance
Appreciate
to
that.
respond to what I'm saying because I didn't want to just build and not give you a chance to
No, no,
respond.
you're good.
Sorry
Go
about that.
ahead. Just shout out to Lotus, Big Dog Philly, EXO, Cleo, Simon, Miss. Let me see. Hold on. I don't want to miss it. Of course, you up here with me, the intellectual soapbox, and we have. Hold on. I just want to make Mr. Toledo, Miss Toledo, whomever that may be. Thank you for being so early. I do appreciate you guys taking your time out of your day. You do not have to come over here. There is a lot of channels, so I appreciate your time, and I'm not gonna waste it. So go ahead, brother. Finish. We got time. I'm taking my time tonight.
Definitely. But yeah, what the sister's trying to basically build on with y'all is y'all just understanding that us investing and us building wealth is not only does it help us, but it also help us to garner respect amongst other communities. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. You know what I mean? Because you can't ask society, you can't ask the government, you can't ask nobody to respect you if you're not respecting yourself, if you're not respecting your community, if you're not respecting those around you that you say that you love and care about. You know what I'm saying? And the people that you live amongst. So we just got to change that. And when we change that, our environment would change and we would change and things would be better. And that's what we all want, right? We got to push towards love, and just really live a life full of love. You know what I mean? So we can live truly, just a wellspring of abundance and a wellspring of joy, happiness, and everything else. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? I call it the fruits of the spirit. The fruits of the spirit is referenced in the Bible. You know what I mean? I'm not telling people that they got to follow the Bible, but it's just a good point of reference. You know what I mean? Just to look at something that's positive, look at something that can inspire you. But sister, thank you for allowing me to be up here. Usually I would stay up here longer with you, but I do got to tend to my family. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna definitely holler at you later. And I'm
Yes,
gonna add
that's
you
the
to the group
point.
too.
Thank
So
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for your words. And yeah, definitely. And of course, if there's anything else, because I am going to, you know, kind of go in depth about some things, but I promise you will be informed about what's getting ready to happen. There's a lot of changes that's getting ready to happen in our country again that will put the disparity
Mm.
even further apart. Not to say that what I am sharing with you is just going to automatically change everything, but it can change a lot, and that is has been my goal. Like I said, for those who do know how, know me, how long I've been out here hustling and talking and trying to make something better, that yeah, it's time. It's just time. We good on. There's no reason for to wait. That's my biggest thing. There really is no reason to wait. So enjoy your family. Thank you so much for coming up. We're gonna get into some things. I see I have another guest. Um, and we're gonna make it, we're gonna rock. And I want people to hit the link so that they have questions, or if you want to know anything while I'm going over it, I have no problem with that. So let me bring on our
Who
other
that?
guest.
Is that Simon? That's Simon back there. I
That's
knew it was Simon. I
Simon.
knew it. I knew it. Simon.
Uh,
Boom. What's up, What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up, people? What's up?
We can't hear your mic. It's like you're far away. Hey,
Your microphone's
Bougie.
up. It's too high. Your microphone's too high, Simon. You got to bring the boom mic down. We can't hear you. The boom mic on the side of your on the side of your headphones. You got to bring it down, brother.
Oh, so that's y'all.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna put my little mood music back on in the background, and we're gonna get into some stuff. Because you know what, I was doing some research today for the show, and I was like, you know what, let's go at another angle. Let's talk about our economic power. Let's talk about how much money we're going to talk about the last few years. So it's like from 21 to 22. I have some really great articles that I just want to hit on a couple things, and I'll be making sure that there are plenty of folks who understand and know what's going on. So, and I'm gonna come on camera, no doubt. You know how it is sometimes. I didn't want to be late, so I was like, all right, we'll get into some stuff first, and then I'll come on. So let me get in it. We've been on here for 16. Simon, you got it. Hello.
Wait a sec. How does that
Okay.
figure?
Oh, that figure's good. You got it.
You can
There
hear
you
me
go.
here? Yeah?
I can hear you now. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sweetheart. Let's go.
All right, Bougie, Bougie, thank
I'm
you for
bougie as a
coming.
motherfucker. Like, I say certain
No,
things, people be misconstrued and stuff. I know, whatever. It's not that. Whatever.
all
Let them
right,
think what they want
Simon.
to think.
Okay, don't come in here trying to be rowdy, sir.
No, I'm concerned about the land. That's what I'm concerned about.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, we're about to get into it because I want to talk about economic power first. I want to
Hmm.
talk about the ability that we we have that we don't see. Is almost like a secret weapon. And let me just get into it. Let me talk to it at that point. But hold on one second. Let me get a few things going. I want to show you guys, just if you're not familiar with me, or if this is your first time coming in here, I have just a short video while I get things, get myself ready to come on camera. And then we are going to talk about how much money and how much power with that money that we may be able to change the game. It really is about not how much you have. And when you find out how much buying power we have as Black folks in this community, I'm going to assume that you would be impressed and amazed. So let us get into this just for a minute. Bear with me, please. Thank you very much. All right. So let me go ahead and put this here. There we go. All right. So this just gives you an outlook. It's on my page as well, but this just gives you a play by play of what I'm trying to do and why I am so adamant about changing that narrative within our computer, within our community. Yeah, let me play this first. Give myself a sec. Oh, okay, let's go. Let me go ahead and we're gonna get into it. Simon, you still with me? Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna just have this music playing in the back real quick, just for a few minutes, and then we will be getting all into a few things.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, well, that sounds good. I saw you with your suit jacket on,
I
ready to
got
have
dressed up for
questions.
I got dressed up for you.
No, it's not. I'm not laughing at you with the fact that that's what you said. Come on, man.
Yeah,
But
we
thank
only
you
got one
very
life.
much.
We only got one life, bro. Fuck this shit.
Thank you. Thank you. So here we go. All right. So let me throw this music back here for you guys. Just give me a minute. I'll be on camera. And I will be right back as soon as I find what I'm looking for. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm bougie as fuck. Don't worry about that shit.
Okay, okay, that's funny that you said that. He said I got dressed up. Okay, I'm not mad. I appreciate you. All right, let's go here. Here we go. All right, y'all. Thank you for your patience. Wasn't gonna take too long. I know that's people want to say that about the ladies. We take a long time to get ready. It's not true. Not true.
That is true. That's fact.
Not all the time. Yes, I do. I like to get dressed up, so on and so forth. But when I'm when I'm trying to, get the business in, I'm not really pressed about that. So I'm about to come on camera. We about to get the stuff taken care of. Let me make sure I'm in my smart mode. This is my smart bun here, and my shoulders have things on them. Because I find that very interesting that people have accused me of not having on attire. So let's get into it. We are about to talk about some things that I am excited to talk about. So when we talk about economic power, what I'm speaking to is economic spending power, the ability to take what we have and flip it into something else for not the same, or how should I put it? It doesn't take a lot to make these changes. And that is what the biggest thing for me is that I wanted to bring it down to the simplest of denominators. So let me get into it right now. So I want to share this with you guys. I'm going to go in and share my screen real quick. I found a really great article that I think fits that whole narrative for us. Because I know a lot of times people believe, oh, well, we don't have this, or Black people have no money. Not true. Not true. We are a steadfast group in this economy. We pour into other people's businesses that are not our own. We're not titans in the industries that we need to be titans in. We are not where we should be as far as the wealth gap. We are not where we need to be as far as the safety of our neighborhoods. And who I'm speaking to are the working, the people who keep the country going. The cornerstone and foundation of this country is still off of our backs. Yes, we have a lot of things that we've come forward, a lot of things that we know is available, but however, that doesn't mean that all of us understand that we can make a difference no matter what level you're at, because that's what the point is. We're all needed to keep other people going in this economy. It's been like that. It's been like that for years. And again, I want to be able to show you guys that. So I was doing some research for the show tonight, and it kind of popped in my head that we need to go into depth about what that looks like for us. And I want to make sure I got this up. Why is it you organized, but then the minute you need it, it ain't there no more? Like for me, it's like I'm organized, but then the chaos ensues. So bear with me, guys. I appreciate you. Bear with me for just a second. So Simon, how's your Sunday going? Since you
Fabulous.
took the time
Fabulous.
out to come and visit with me, which I so appreciate.
Yeah.
And hopefully you will bring questions that will make me, you know, if I have to go into depth in a different way, that'd be great.
Of course.
Let me take a look here. Let's pull this up here. Okay, here we go. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you here. We're gonna do the tab, and here it is. Okay, awesome.
Bougie Barbie, just chill the fuck out, man. Christ almighty.
Hold on, Simon. Simon. Nah. That's my people. You can't talk to her like that. I wouldn't let nobody talk to you
how
like that
how
unless you
am I
know that ain't
supposed to
good.
speak to her? Tell me, please, because
Cause you're up here talking to me.
yeah, but tell
So
me how to speak to her because we're gonna be.
she can tell you that. She can tell you that.
No, she ain't
You know
gonna.
what I
She ain't
mean?
about to tell me that unless she's coming up. So it's
Simon,
like
you come up here to
she's like,
cause issue. Is
no,
that what you're
I'm
doing?
no,
Come up here
I'm
to be
responding.
rowdy.
No, I'm just
Okay.
responding. You know what I'm like already. It's not like a biggie.
I understand. I
I
understand,
ain't
but
I ain't touchy. I ain't touchy feely.
uh-huh. All right. Okay. Okay, I hear you. All right.
That's what.
So hopefully you guys can, do you mind muting up for me just real quick? Um, the economic state of Black America and what it is and what it could be, right? This is McKinsey and Company. They are a research group that I go to get a lot of my information because I feel like it is not as biased as a lot of other studies, because no matter what, you're going to have a bias. So I just
Mhm.
kind of want to jump around in here and kind of talk to these pieces for a second and why that matters. So let us get into that part of it, because it is. It can be. We have plenty of talent. We have the ability to make anything that we want, and we can set the pace for what this is going to look like for the children that I hear so much about on these spaces. Um, it's about being creative with what you have. And that's something Black folks have been doing in this country forever.
So when you say we, what are you actually talking about?
When I say we, I come from a background of people who worked very hard. For me, my example of that was my grandfather worked 2 jobs. My
Hmm.
grandmother had 2 jobs. My mom had 2 jobs, right? The people around me, they had jobs or side hustles or things to supplement instead of it being where you're working for a company and you're still not making enough money. Or you're in a position that a lot of people are in sometimes is that, let's say, for instance, you're in economic housing, right? Just because you make a certain amount of money doesn't mean that you're making enough to supplement the rent and take care of, because that's why you're there in the first place, right? To get assistance or get a breather. We don't even have that anymore. Our affordable housing is a joke as far as HUD is concerned. Um, and so when I look at it in a totality, there's pieces that can be moved around, and the piece is the money, right? Black people are about quality, and they are about fashion, and we are about culture, and we have so many different facets. But what I'm talking about tonight is the facet to rebuild, for a lack of better words, to rebuild the foundation that we had. Entrepreneurism is the
I was with you
is
until
the
you said the
wheels.
foundation. I don't understand that part.
When you look at a pyramid, right, the bottom of it has to be strong for the top to stay up. And
Hmm.
that's how it's set up in this country. It goes back to the trickle down theory, which was a lot of bullshit from the Reagan years, from the Republican years, where they felt like, oh, well, we're rich, so it'll trickle down to you poor people. And we know that's not true. We know it's not true. We see it, it's not effective. So if you're going to be shiny and new at the top, you still have to, how should I put it? Your foundation has to be strong. The best way I could put it, I don't know if you um in high school or college or however, there were cheerleaders, there were pep squads, whatever, whatever. And so when they did their routines and they're picking each other up and flipping each other over, the foundation, the people holding them up,
Hmm.
is what make allows them to do what they do. And that's
Hmm.
exactly how it works in this country, is
Hmm.
that if we didn't have these people working your everyday, the gas stations, the fast food, the restaurants, hotels, all the different pieces that the unseen work, but they are very, very important in this situation. And that is where I'm driven to go, hey, and excuse my terminology, and yes, I know it's Sunday, but fuck that. From the top to the bottom, we need to work on getting this foundation together. And another piece of that is when you build a home. If you don't
Hmm.
have a sturdy foundation, the house is not going to last. And that's where we are.
Hmm.
That is exactly where we are as a community. Our foundation isn't there anymore. And I was also inspired too about the young man that, his name is Jalen, the brother that's playing. Oh, what team is that? I cannot think of the team, but he has signed the one of the largest, or the largest deal in the United States. I mean, in basketball, as far as contract, he's going to get $304 million over a period of 5 years. So with that, and once he started talking about, this is what I want to do with that money, then it's like, oh, really? You mean to tell me you don't want to, like when they were interviewing him, they might as well say, so you don't want any gold chains or and a lot of women? Like that's how they play it. So let me get into this um, study, and let's talk about that as we get into what we can do with that money, because that's what I want to talk about first, is the money that we have, and then what's available and what we can do now to all of us can, put our seed in now and watch it grow before it gets to the point where we don't. What else would we do? And I really appreciate Mr. Best bringing that up about the dollar in our community. It is 6 seconds. That's how long our dollar goes into our community. 6 seconds. So let's go. I done jibber jabbed enough. Let's go through this article real quick. Um, so if you don't mind, because it's like I can hear myself. It's a little bit of an echo, Simon. So if you can mute up for me, I appreciate it. Because I'll come back so we can kind of discuss what I'm going over.
No, I'm
Um,
here. I'm here. I mean, the thing is about we have this whole conversation about like how money is recycled. Um,
mhm.
and the thing is, it's like most. I don't want to like categorize people, but I'm just saying like they only have an
I mean, but we.
understanding based on
Mhm.
what's been fed to them. So it's just like when you have these statistics out here, you need to actually acknowledge and realize where that's coming from.
Well, that's what I
Um,
said.
exactly. No, I agree with you. You know, I
Mhm.
agree with you.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to say. um, the fact of the matter is most people don't understand what currency is. So, like me talking to you is currency. Do you get what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, the fact of the matter is, most people see that as a blank sort of point where it's like, okay, unless someone's sort of going, okay, I'm gonna put something physical into your hand and make it tangible. You know, in this day and age, it's like, oh, digital or this whatnot. It's the same thing. It's like,
Mhm.
you know, they're just laying out something and it like it's an X versus a YZ. So you're going out and you're doing all this stuff, and someone's going to compensate you for it, and
Mhm.
that makes you think you're a bigger person. But the fact of the matter is you're not. Um, you know,
I have to
I
push back on that. I have to push back on that because I think we all have a place in making our community better. And yes, having the ability to take care of yourself and take care of your family, I would assume, would make you feel like a better person, as it should, as it should. So I'm
why
gonna play
should
this
it?
clip. Hold your thought. I will. We will come back to that. I promise. But I want to show this video. All right, guys. So again, this was a really great study, and I'll have the link in. I'll drop that down. So any of the things that I am going through, I'll be sharing so that you can go back and look at it yourself if you want to. All right. So I'm gonna mute up. I'm here. Simon's gonna mute up, and we're gonna listen to this video real quick.
The opportunity for good jobs, it wasn't there, and sadly to say, where I lived in New Orleans is what I've experienced. I think it was more who you know at that time to get that job, and you didn't have to have a degree. And it's just so sad to say it because a lot of people, they struggle because of that. There were times where even with school, I couldn't even get my sons in a decent school.
I like these little short clips. See, to me, that's the we I talk about. Um, the people who are left behind when progress sometimes is used as the tool of this is better. let's do it this way. And that's because you have corporations in charge of a lot of things that they shouldn't be, not with us. And as we go along,
Well, what? They shouldn't be.
no, they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be in charge.
No, they shouldn't be. No, because
Why'd
it's
you why'd you why'd you
obviously
say why'd you
not
say that?
working. Because it's not working. People are
It's not
not
working for
getting
who?
the people who keep them going. How do these corporations keep their money going?
This is why I love you, sweetheart. Look, yo, I'm telling you, like, at the end of the day, like, these corporations don't give a WhatsApp about.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
exactly.
don't.
But the fact of the matter is like, where are we? You know, because we should be acknowledging what the hell's going on because they're laying out like how they did it.
But just because they're laying it out, that doesn't mean that we feel as though we're part of how they're laying it out. Are we a part of that plan? No, we're not. The majority of us are not. So
Yo, if I okay, all right, cool, all right.
we're not. We're just not a part of
Yeah,
that.
all right, okay, cool.
So as we go through it, um, just as I said, this was done last year. So today, median annual wage for Black workers is approximately 30% or $10,000, $10,000 lower than of white workers. A figure with this enormous implications for household economic security, consumption, and the ability to build wealth. Black workers make up 12.9% of the US labor force today, but earn only 9.6% of total US wages. Now, I'm not just throwing out numbers tonight. This has a point. As we go through that gap, I'm sorry, Simon, can you mute up? Because it's like an echo. Like I can
Sorry,
hear
sorry.
myself. No, it's okay. It's okay. Um, we estimate 220 billion annual disparity between Black wages today and what they would be in a scenario of full parity. So when we talk about that, I'm kind of going to jump around in this, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm talking about. So what this graph is all about is basically saying, hey, these are the things that we are in, right? Addressing disparities in less than 4% of occupational categories. So when they talk about occupational, they're talking about the trades, they're talking about um, our plumbers, our electricians, our construction people, our teachers, our retail, our food retail, so to speak. Um, the people in the back, the people that aren't seen, that aren't put in those positions. And so they've tagged on, which we all know, you get trained on whatever job, except, and I'm talking about occupational, a trade. We used to have trade schools in this country all over the place where a person could learn what they needed or internships, or you could go and work for someone and learn that skill and take it to that next level. We have brilliant carpenters, we have brilliant electricians, builders, teachers, doctors, lawyers. I mean, we have all these particular pieces, but again, if it's not all centralized, because that's what needs to happen first, we got to come on back in, find out who want to do what and how that's going to benefit them, and then move outward, because that is the only way that information is going to spread. And we need to close that gap. And I think that was the biggest thing that young man said that I thought was really cool. He was just like, I want to tap into closing the wealth gap. And it doesn't mean that you want to be rich like. What it means is, hey, why is it that you get to make this amount of money or have these type of benefits off of the work of Black people? Like, I'm just being 100. We know that this is true. And it is still like that now. And so it's like, okay, when are we going to start making these adjustments. And it's not just about the millionaires to do it, but also the people on the ground. And I feel that I'm a part of that because I've worked since I was 13 years old. I've been paying taxes. I've had different careers, whether you had to have a degree or not. And I'm using all of that information that I've gained over the years to kind of put a picture together in my head as to how we can help better our community. And I don't want to keep just running my gibbets. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea at first of where I'm going with it. I have another video for you guys. Give me just a second. What I wanted to also talk about is this one. Black workers are disproportionately represented in low-wage occupations today. Again, this article was done last year. This research came out last year. So between 2021 and 2022. So let me full screen it because I want to speak to it for a second. I hope you guys can see it. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can see it, if it's clear, if it's big enough for you guys to see in the chat before I go any further. I'm gonna let me go on back on over here. All right, awesome. Okay, let me see how. Okay, great. Yay. Okay, not that song. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me go on back over here. All right, cool. So let's get into these financials. Child workers, we make up 17% of that. Cashiers, cooks, maids, personal care aides. These are the people that work in nursing homes or in, people's residences. Stockers, order fillers, janitors, laborers, home health aides, 36.6%. Nursing assistants, 36.5%. Security guard, bus drivers, customer service reps, the whole nine. The truck industry, buses, bus drivers, like city bus drivers. And then, of course, you've got your vocational and licensed, and we are represented in there. We, at this time, it was 12.9%. This was a snapshot of 5 years. It's down here at the bottom. And it came through the U.S. Census Bureau. And this is our wage for the work we do. Even if it is say 20 anything, 2019, 2022, whatever, this is where we are. That's not a lot of money in this country. Not after taxes, not after rent. See, that's broken down into 2 weeks or a month or the 1st and the 15th, so on and so forth. These pieces to this puzzle matter. And this is why I say it is necessary for us to take care of these people here. Now you have a snapshot of what I'm talking about when I say we, because I've been a few of these. I've been a laborer. I've been in, work for UPS for a hot second, throwing boxes. I've been a customer service rep, a stocker, a filler, a bus driver, a truck driver. One of my first jobs when I was a kid was cashier. I've done housekeeping. I've been a maid before. So that's when I say we, because I've put myself in those. Right. And yes, they are. You can see it mostly. I can make it bigger for you. If you guys can't see it, please let me know. I don't have a problem with that. But yes, and they're full-time workers. Thank you, Lotus, for bringing that. Also, too, being that you're a full-time worker, a lot of us had second jobs. So even though I was a bus driver, I still had a job when the summer came in, because if you didn't get a certain, you had to bid or you had to sign up so that you could get summer work. Just because the kids are out, the adults still have to pay bills. And see, these are the things that when I say no, they should not be in charge, because these are people that are focused on, yes, honey, yes, not the customer service side, but I was back there slinging them boxes. Ooh, I had muscles though. I was I was I was doing it. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's what I'm saying, Bougie. And thank you for sharing that. And to Lotus and to anyone else who has worked like this. And a lot of us as women, we are working this way. I worked with a lot of women who did, drove for UPS, was back there slanging. Yes, honey, working for UPS, child. Mm-mm. Your body gonna be the bomb though. Because you gonna pass out. Because yes, it will wear you out. So shout out to the people who be slanging them boxes so we can get our stuff from Amazon. And speaking of to Amazon, that's what I mean. Like during this time, I am surprised that we don't have um where's our black Elon Musk? Where's our black Jeff Bezos? Where are our titans? And they're there. They're there. Unfortunately, unfortunately, when we talk about where our money should go, it usually goes in places that others have told us to put it. Put your money in the bank, buy some bonds, invest in this stuff. Okay, but what's in it for me? Hey, Chris, thanks for coming through. What's up? So again, we are the people in the nighttime, so to speak, that is keeping the country going. We are the people that when you want to benefit from jumping up and going to get something or have something, you benefit from these people, and they need acknowledgement at this point. They need to be treated as the important piece to the foundation as possible. And we are all a part of that. And then on top of it, if we take care of those people, you know what happens? Their money starts to go into the other things, healthcare. They start going to the doctor more because now they feel like they can afford it. Put their children in better schools, put their families in better neighborhoods. I know a lot of people wonder, like, why do I even care about any of this? Well, because I can see that there's a solution to this, and it's not rocket science. I promise. It's about just moving the money. Speaking of, let's get to that part. So I wanted to really share that. I really am glad that they went in depth with that. So Simon, while I'm pulling up this other video, what would you like to say about that? No statement? None whatsoever? Victor, what's up? Hey, remember the link is at the top. You're more than welcome to come up if you have questions, and I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate you guys taking the time to come through, and I hope you walk away with something, learn something, and that I present Chocolate Earth as what I want it to be, which is a hub for us to make some major changes. We can rock some shit. I like that because I like to cause trouble. So the best way to do that is financially. In this country, we know it's true. If we can dent the wealth gap, meaning the average household doesn't even have $400 saved away for an emergency, we can go back to school, right? Well, I ain't, thank God. But your children are. That's school clothes. That's lunches. That's gas. That's all these little intricate pieces that you got to think of and take care of. Daycare, after school programs, the whole nine. And so that is where, why can't we be in a position, whatever level that is? And so to what you had asked me earlier, Simon, why I say the foundation of it, because now you've got a stronger workforce. You've got people that may want to go, okay, well, look, I like being a cashier, but why can't I make a decent wage? Why can't I live off the money I make? Right. Bougie, I love you so, because you bring up such a great point. That's what I wanted to talk about that, right? The supply chain. I say that a lot. The supply chain. We don't have a Crayola. There's some black people making crayons out here. I can never say that word right. My mom used to get on me all the time because I say crayons and it's crayons. But who's making them? Crayola. Who benefits from that? Your school clothes. Where you going? Target, H&M, Walmart. What brand is that? Are these black people that's making these school clothes for us? Not the majority of the time, no. Lunches, the food, inflation. They say it's going down, but not enough. So let's keep going. I wanna get into some other things too, that I think would be really, really helpful to us. Let me go into Simon. You still with us? Let me make sure. I'm gonna drop the link again. Right. Thank you, Bougie. That is my whole point. That's it. Why aren't we making this shit? Like, I don't see how. Man, if I'd have got some Afrocentric, for those of us who grew up in the 90s, right, with like the colors, cross colors, Carl Kanai, you know, we can see that potential because we've had the opportunity to be, you know, oh, we know who's making these clothes. Oh, okay, overpriced. However, they were playing in the same pool as the other people. And so it's not going to benefit us the same way. It's just not, if we are not the supply chain. While I'm pulling this up, I had a conversation with someone and we were talking about the ability to grow things, you know, and I talk about fruits and vegetables, but tonight I want to talk about the other piece of that. Yes, Bougie. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to keep saying it. And not just say it, but actually get into the mode of doing something about it. And here's where I go with that. We have the ability right now in this country to grow whatever we need to grow, to create whatever we need to create. It's right here. We ain't got to go nowhere to get it. It's all here. When you look at how I've gone to the store, I've shopped, I've done school shopping, I've done these things with other people for my younger brother and siblings at the time. I was in college, books, and again, gas and the time spent, and they want you to do this and they want you to pay for that because the school budgets are cut, because you don't have enough people paying into the system enough that our children should get the best education no matter where they go to school. And I'm not going to go with that's a dream or a pipe dream, because it once went down in this country, right? We talk about the past a lot. However, are we learning from it though? Are we learning from it and applying it to now? And that's my goal, is to apply what we already know and bring it to that next level. You feel me, Bougie? We here. Let me quit talking. Hold on. Let me get on over here. So if there's another family. I just want to speak to these because these are this is a really great article, and I'm gonna drop the link in here before I forget, and then I'll make sure I put it. Here's the link. This is what I'm looking at right now. So let me go ahead and pull this back up. We're gonna look at a few more little short clips, and then I'm gonna come back. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Okay. So let me okay, I'm up. I mean let me
entrepreneurship path. How am I going to get funded?
My apologies, y'all. I'm over here staring at the screen. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Hey, why isn't it playing? All right, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right. Let me go on back on me.
A lot of times, if you're a Black entrepreneur, you don't have access to someone that's successful doing what you want to do. And sometimes there's a hesitation to mentor Black entrepreneurs if you're not Black yourself. So there's a limiting pool of access to people willing to provide useful information to develop a successful entrepreneurship path. How am I going to get funded? Am I going to get funded by my parents? They may not have money. Am I going to get funded by a bank? I may not have a credit score. So that kind of just limits the potential playing field with respect to developing an entrepreneurship plan in the first place. And then next, how am I going to access the information I need to be successful?
Okay, we're gonna go to round 2. Bear with me. All right, I heard you, sir. Now this is a lawyer. You know, he is a lawyer. He has his own business. Here is someone who is trying to better their life, their situation. And even at the top of that, it is still a struggle. And I think we kind of get away from understanding that, look, that not all of us are where we want to be, and not because we don't want to be there, but there are obstacles. And I want to preface the conversation. I was talking, shout out to Nightish. I was having a conversation with him, and I said, look, you know, we want to pretend as though everything is where it needs to be, that we've made all this progress, when in reality, you know, we really haven't. We have not made the progress that is necessary for us to push the agenda of, okay, our children, we want them to do better than this. We want them to do better than the last generation. However, we're overlapping and overlooking that as we started wanting to grow, the rules started to change. And we know that, you know, and if we're not the ones making up the rules, then this is where we end up being at the bottom, and we're not getting what we need to be as successful as we should be. And I'm highlighting it to whomever is listening, to whomever wants to know that we can make this change. It is really, really true. And I've got like just a couple more videos to show you. And then I want to go over something that I found. This was an update that I was looking for, and I'm so happy I found it. Let me see here. And like I said, I use McKinsey, Pew, the different research companies that, try to at least be fair and share what really is going on in our community. Entrepreneurship is hard to get into. So here's another young man. I'm about to bring him up. And this will be the last clip. And now I want to talk about the money, in the sense of we have the people who want to do the work. I hate when people say, oh, Black folks don't want to do nothing. We can't get together. That's not true. Maybe not on YouTube. But then when you look at it, who's in the audiences of Black creators? Who's at the top of YouTube as a Black creator? There's very, very few that are making the kind of money that, our counterparts are making. So let me bring my other screen back up. All right, let's go. Boom. Let me make sure I add to the screen, because I get excited and I'll be forgetting to that last step. All right.
What encouraged me to offer a healthy alternative as far as holistic medicine and plant-based foods is just being a frequent traveler and going state to state, city to city, and seeing our people in the Black community been hit hardest with a lack of resources, a lack of healthy alternatives, and just the neighborhoods being a food desert. So that would encourage me and motivated me to kind of be that change.
Like I said, we should be
What
able
encouraged me to,
and we are. That's the thing. We can make and break a company. No, he up here. Hey, Nidus, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. I was just talking about you, because I was talking about the conversation we had. Was that this morning, right? Okay, so we're going to keep it pushing. Because I definitely don't want to waste y'all's time. You know that. So here are the industries that I continuously talk about. And this will be the last part of this. I don't think I have another video to show you guys. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. Let's go with that first. Let me show y'all this video. If you have questions, if you want to be a part of the panel, come on up, hit the link, hang out with me. Let's talk about, let's get into this money right now, because we've been in for the first hour. You guys have been fantastic. I appreciate y'all coming in. Please like, share, subscribe, and we're going to keep it pushing. And if you learn something and if you like the content, please, by all means, donate to the Revolution Child Chocolate Earth Foundation. You can hit the cash app, as Dr. Umar Johnson say. All right, let's go on and bring this back up here. Okay, here we go. Why though? There we go. Bam. Technical difficulties, kids. You guys are going to be fine. Hold on. Okay, we're going to bring this on up.
A home is having savings. I know very well that the pathway to generational wealth is owning a home, is having savings, is having life insurance, is having college savings accounts for our children. So we worked very hard to stay very simple and save to get to where we are. Over the years, the promotions, I think, helped as well, both for myself and for my husband. Because even now we aren't paid the same as our white counterparts.
I mean, did she say it or did she say it? Like, I mean, ta-da. So- Am I on mute? Can you guys hear me okay? All right, cool. Oh, okay, cool. But I appreciate you taking the time to come through. I really do. I really do. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that cash up. Throw Chocolate Earth a few dollars, right? It is money sign Chocolate Earth. Because I want to change this narrative. It has to be changed. And we need to be louder. And we know that you have to do that financially as well as socially. And so I'm cool with the social part. Let's just move a little faster. And that's why I said let's get it was supposed to be nightish at 5, but I had something going on, so I had to push it back. So my apologies. Like I said, this is a series for me. So I'm gonna keep giving as much information as I can. So no worries on that. I just appreciate you coming through, sir. That's it. You don't have to, right? Nobody got to do anything. Hold on. Let's see. They make it real hard to come out the big screen once you done seen the video. You're like, come on, can I come out, Mr. McKenzie? Okay. So I wanted to show you guys the people that we know. We know these folks. We know the brother and sister down the street that opened a business because they have a passion for the community. We know the couple that's about, hey, we saving. No, we don't really do a lot. We not flashy because we know we have to have these particular things. So they prioritize. And the one thing that she said that is an issue for me is we don't get promoted as often as our counterparts, even to this day. And it's not about crying victim. It's not about saying, oh, well, I'm supposed to just be able to do what I want. I should just because I'm Black. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your paycheck, unless you in a commission or some kind of, you are part of it, stock option, whatever, your paycheck doesn't go up if you work a little harder at the grocery store, right? If Fry's makes a big bump for the year, their quarterly comes out and they done made some serious money, are they paying their cashiers that? Are they paying the people who go get the carts that? No, we want to play around and go, well, that's a kid job, and kids need jobs, so that's okay. We can pay them nothing and make them work physically. Think about what we're saying, yo. Think about what we're saying. And we send our kids out with that message. So let's keep it pushing. I mean, I know you guys came here to see me, and I appreciate it. But I do want to give information as well. All right. Here is where the money is, where the money reside, honey. Where the money reside. Let's get it. All right. Bam. So I'm about to share my screen. Yes, always. The rules change constantly, right? The rules change, people change. But again, if the game that you're playing or being involved with, the rules are made up as they go along, which is, right? This shit is made up. Somebody came up with this, a human being, not a great AI Oz in the background. Other human beings are making decisions for other human beings, and enough is enough. If that's the case, if they can make the rules up, so can we. But let's take care of our community and then stop saying we don't got it, we're not going to do it, and all of us have to be on one accord. That's crazy. All of us are not going to be on one accord, but I bet you this. Money helps you pay your rent. Money helps you pay your mortgage. We kind of have a really unhealthy relationship with money in this country, across the world. The things that people will do for money is unfortunate. But if we can create that supply chain where we have circled it, I think that's why, I know that's part of why I say Chocolate Earth, why I chose that, why that is my insignia, so to speak, is because it's just like the energy that we use. It never breaks. It continues to go. And then the energy will go into other things as we go along. And that's just the truth. So let me quit philosophizing and we're going to keep it pushing. Bear with me. Here we go. Let me get my screen up for us. All right. So now let's talk about money. Marketing is the biggest tool that has been created in this country. The marketing game here is off the hook. They will send you an ad even in the bathroom in some places, right? Like, you're like, wait a minute, what? Is there an ad in the back of this? What happened here? And so we know that this is true. Bear with me, you guys. My computer is trying to go to sleep on me. All right, let's go. All right. So again, Mackenzie, this Black man right here, marketing to the multifaceted Black consumer. Here is the meat. I gave you some potatoes. I gave you a little bit of some entrees. Some appetizers. But now we're going to talk about the meat of it. Marketing to the multifaceted Black consumer. Again, this was done in 2022. We are going to go through this video that they put together. And then I would love for opinion, thought, however, and let's get it. Did y'all hear what that man said? You didn't hear it? Oh, it didn't come through? Hold on. Bear with me. I'm the only one. I'm over here at the party by myself. Oh, my bad, y'all. I didn't do it. I gotta remember that start. All right, cool. Hold on. Let me change this up because I want the screen to be big enough, but it will be. Okay, cool. So here we go. I'm gonna play this back for y'all. Because when I watched this, I was like, yes, this is what I'm saying. Now, this is in America. We're not talking about no other country. America. Black folks in America. If you identify as Black, African American, whatever that you choose on your application box, this is what they're talking about. All right, I'm gonna mute up. Y'all got it.
The really interesting thing about the Black consumer is it's not monolithic. And in fact, if you do an attitudinal segmentation, which we did, we found that for the Black consumer, we found 2 additional segments that get muddled if you do a broader segmentation of consumers in general. And so if you're working from this 5-segment view of the world, you're missing the nuance and therefore an opportunity to better tailor your products and services to Black consumers. Today, they spend around $900 billion. And by 2030, we expect that number to grow to around 1.7 trillion. I think more interestingly, if you look at granular data around where Black people live and look at the forward trend and trajectory of their consumption, Black consumer spend is actually projected to grow faster across various census tracts than other segments of the population. Has to do with dynamics around the demographics of the Black population, higher educational attainment levels going forward. We found in our research that Black consumers are much more likely to seek out and place emphasis on brands that are trustworthy, that have a clear social mission, that appeal to their cultural values, and generally have credibility among the Black community. In some consumption categories, we also found that there's a real emphasis on clean and or healthy products that are priced well for good value. Our research found that Black consumers care more about key buying factors such as quality, customized products or the ability to customize, and again, the credibility of brands. Another interesting finding from the report is that Black consumers are more heavily weighted in the trendsetter segment, around 30% of Black consumers. So these are folks who discover new products and services and proactively share these new products and services with their peers. So this presents a real opportunity. If you can win these customers, these Black consumers, they're going to help you go out and expand the recognition of your brand through their network and beyond. There really is a huge opportunity to leverage data that's out there, as well as create new data as companies as part of your market research and market insights process that is specific to the Black consumer. The good news is through some work that we've done, we can give a bit of a head start. I mean, we spent significant time understanding the different attitudinal segments that exist in the Black consumer market. We have a pretty granular view of the demographics at a zip code level. And so there's a lot increasing fidelity and granularity around the Black consumer and what that opportunity is. And we've turned some of them into tools and assets that we think can really help accelerate opportunities to help better serve these consumers. The good news for companies who want to get serious about serving the Black consumer is that there are some good examples of successful companies out here that have been doing this for quite some time, and they've reaped the economic benefits of being early. For an example, there's an apparel brand that currently has an 85% satisfaction rate among Black respondents, which is significantly higher than its satisfaction rate among its broader customer base. They've got a history of publicly supporting Black cultural figures. The company is actively investing in Black communities through various initiatives supporting youth in underserved communities. And it's also tying executive compensation to achievement of the company's workforce diversity and inclusion goals. The last example I'll cite is a beauty brand. Their products were purchased by 50% of Black respondents that we surveyed in the past year, 30 percentage points higher than other consumers. And they've really spent time optimizing their products, really being clear about the price to value relationship, their channel. They've centered their social mission. The CEO of the brand is a Black woman. And they just continue to be at the forefront of committing their philanthropic dollars and their supplier diversity spend to really make clear their commitment to this community. Brands can also ensure
I see we lost Simon. Good evening, Simon. I hope people are still listening. I hope everything is coming together, and we're going to finish it up. We only got a few more minutes. But you can't tell me y'all not feeling that music. It make you just move your shoulder real quick, like, ooh, let me give you this. Yeah. Shoulder, yes. Okay, maybe I got too excited. All right, let's finish this video.
Or that they have a full range of products that offer good value for money. And one of the ways to also better serve the customers, to make sure you have products that resonate. And one way to do that is by stocking your shelves, for example, with products that are made by Black owned and Black led businesses. Companies should ensure that the in-store staff is diverse and representative of the populations that they wish to serve, and also that they can speak knowledgeably about the products, because this is something that Black consumers really value. E-commerce presents a really exciting opportunity to address some of the challenges that the Black consumers face today. We know that Black consumers are disproportionately dissatisfied with the in-store experience. We also know that there are geography-based issues with respect to access and availability. So many Black consumers have concluded that online shopping is better. They are more likely than non-Black consumers to engage directly with brands online, browsing their sites, social media accounts, and even written reviews. E-commerce can be a very useful tool for companies to offer affordable products to Black consumer markets where they don't have a physical store footprint, all while appealing to the segment of the Black consumer population that prefers to source their products and services online, which again is a significant segment of that population. To authentically serve Black consumers, companies must make holistic investments in meeting their needs. They can think about this in three main ways. One is looking at their workforce. It is important that companies employ a workforce that is representative of and connected to the communities they wish to serve. More importantly, companies should place Black workers into decision-making roles that can influence how the organization actually serves these communities. Two, looking at how they operate, instituting policies and guidelines that assure that the Black community is treated fairly and with dignity. This includes everything from how Black people show up in your advertisements, to how they feel walking through your stores, to working with Black-owned businesses to source culturally resonant products and services. And lastly, looking at their commercial strategy. Companies should consider opening stores and distribution points in Black communities, aligning their R&D activities and dollars to developing culturally resonant products and services. We've also found that catering to Black consumers can help brands better serve all customers, particularly as the demographics of the country become more diverse, and developing a perspective on how to serve diverse customers is something that all companies need to be thinking about.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I had to do a little bit of something. I was looking a little bit of tired and asleep. Okay. So, as I've shown you, this was done in 2022. I'm gonna give y'all the link again. And I also will make sure it'll be in the information under this video, so that you can see nothing I'm talking about has not been talked about before. Nothing I'm talking about is new to our economic needs. But I do want to point out that our consumerism is going from 900 to almost $1 trillion. Y'all hear me? Y'all who hear me? I don't think y'all hear me out here. Y'all think I'm tripping. 900. Let me say that again. 900 billion with a B. Why are we not investing in ourselves? Because we have been using the same old tired ass thought processes that we think we cannot change the dial, or someone is going to come and take it from us. And like I said, it is necessary for us to take care of each other, but that does not mean that you cannot not only benefit from taking care of your people, it benefits you, it benefits your children, and it benefits that wealth that we say we want to have. Everybody doesn't want the same level of wealth, right? Some people are cool. They just want to be comfortable. They just want to know that if I go through the storm, I'm going to be able to get out of it. Right? That's it. That's it. Everybody don't want to be Jay-Z. We have to use these extremes all the time to play off the fact that we got people out here working hard every day, and I'm thankful for it. The people who deliver my groceries when I need that done, the people who have decided to take jobs to be in the public, nurses, doctors, the whole nine. We can't forget about these people. They help the world go round. We can't forget about each other. And that is what has happened. We have $900 billion. Billion. So now it's time to talk about Moabit. Why the potential of what can be done. There's everything, $900 billion. And it's expected to go up. That's why I said there are people, Black people, who are in the positions that they're in and utilizing their positions to find out or work out ways to better make our community. So this was the information and this was the thought process I have going into creating Chocolate Earth. Because again, food is a huge issue. Healthy food and that access is not available in our communities. And when I say our communities, you can call them the hoods, you can call them, the ghetto, you can call it whatever you want. It is where people are having children, raising them, working, living, and doing. And why do they have to move out of where they are, move somewhere more expensive, live somewhere that might make them feel uncomfortable because they want something better? We as Black folks should be providing that. And like they said, the gentleman said, e-commerce is the biggest way that people have been making money online, as well as the content creators on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Black folks, we done tapped into these different things and we are utilizing them. And it is bringing in wealth. And so when I speak to what is Chocolate Earth trying to do, I have two things that I'm trying to do at this point in the game, is provide two necessities: healthy food, affordable food, and affordable housing. That's how you create communities. Because if you have people who are not as stressed, if you have people who are not worried about where they're going to sleep, if they're going to make rent this month, like we all know, or we know someone, you're striving to get a higher paying job, you're striving to get a new education, a skill, something that's going to bring in enough money so you and your family are comfortable. And that's what it's about. That is truly what it is about. And so for me, let me toot my own horn for a second. So when I speak to these pieces, and in the beginning I showed my own video and what my goals are. And the goal simply is this: to tap into a market that's not there, to network with other people who are feeding people, who are trying to create something better for people. However, what I've also learned is that I can also provide an opportunity for you to build wealth as I am building wealth. not too good to be true. It's been done over and over again. This is a blueprint that has been here. We know it works. If you do people right, if you have that mindset, and people think, oh well, should get the money and that's gonna change because that's gonna white folk gonna come in and only if I allow them to. And in the video I showed, it definitely expressed the fact that there are brands out here who cater to Black people and are getting that benefit. The benefit of building wealth for them, providing a product for their community. And there's that's it. Like, it's okay for us to take care of each other. And that doesn't mean that you in my house eat my food. What I mean is that if I have a transit company, if I have a hauling company, the snowplow people, there are so many levels and so many things that I know my community can do. So when I talk about shifting that money, $9 billion. I was showing the other day, let me bring this up. This right here, I believe. Let's talk about that. Let me hear it. No, that's not it. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. Let me get my other slide. Please, if you have any questions for me, you want to throw in a little bit of this and that, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment, share it, like it, subscribe, to help me gain and get to this goal. Because I do want to share with you what my main goal is, and that is to get my land paid off. That is the first step. I have invested my own money into this land, and I want to go on and get it started because there's an opportunity there that we can start providing healthy fruits and vegetables at an affordable rate. Now, if any of you have ever ordered from other box companies, meaning they deliver to you whatever you were cooking, right? I'm trying to think of the ones like I don't know if Blue Apron is still out here, and HelloFresh. We see a lot of commercials for them. All of those different things, right? So why not have it where you can also get your fruits and vegetables that way? You can also get affordable food that way. It's not going to, the price of food is not going to go down. As I said in a previous video, we're getting a lot of our fruits and vegetables from Mexico. No knock to Mexico. Do what you got to do. However, it is come to a place as to why we're not growing anything. Why aren't we not building anything? There's a huge opportunity to feed folk and house people. And so if Billy want to open that record store, now people have what we call disposable income because they're not having to pay these extreme rates for rent, extreme mortgage rates, that they are able to get their food at an affordable price. That leaves more money for them to then dabble into other things. And that's what it's about. It's a very, very simple equation as far as if you have a good product, like the gentleman said, and I completely agree, if you are transparent, if you really are about the community, if you are trying to do something better, yes, you will have, Black folks are loyal. We are loyal to a fault sometimes. So if we are providing all of these level of things for people, then we hitting it all the way all across the board, from the luxury brands all the way down to the, dollar store type stuff. People like going in there and buying them things that only work for 5 minutes because it's $1, right? But they have a point. They are important. They are part of the equation. Right. So for me, I'm glad, Bougie, let me put your question up. Thank you so much. I love your questions. So I'm going to speak to that. Yes, ma'am. So how can you invest in the hydroponic lifestyle, or the ability for me to provide those services? Because not only do I want to grow using this, it also is important for me to educate as I go along, because that's the only way we are going to start to rebuild our trust when it comes to Black businesses, right? And that is it. So let's talk about now, and let's talk about why I said we can invest in ourselves. Here is my example. So I have a foundation, a nonprofit. However, it is illegal, by the way, just to let you know, it is illegal to invest in a nonprofit. However, Chocolate Earth as a brand can be invested in, because then that takes care of greenhouses, the deliveries, seeds, and I'm gonna pull out my seed box again for y'all, because like I said, I am so serious. And what I can offer you in return is this: investing in Chocolate Earth gives you the opportunity to be a part of something that will not only benefit you and your family, but also something that, if you are trying to build that wealth, when I say invest, if anyone is familiar with I can provide shares to you. Okay. So every startup business, no matter what it is, the way that it works when you invite people to invest in your product or in your business is you get an arbitrary amount of 10 million shares. That's about, like, take for instance, let's say you bought $1,000 worth of shares. You would then receive dividends, meaning quarterly, every 3 months, that you would receive those benefits of a little bit of extra in your pocket, because you're supporting other people getting access. That's what you're doing. You're supporting access. So hydroponics, when I speak to this, it is a billion-dollar business that there are farms across this country already, but they're not for us. They're not. There was a couple I read about who, if you're not familiar with, are microgreens, right? So microgreens basically are the seedlings coming up to that place right before they start to have leaves. And that has the most nutrients in it. So then as it gets bigger, it turns to an orange or a lemon or whatever, green bean. Then it offers you the opportunity to go, okay, here's where I started, and this is what I have. You're a part of that brand. You're a part of what Chocolate Earth can be in the future. And it's a one-time investment, because I don't need to continuously try to hit the same pockets that I'm trying to help benefit. So if you invested $25, $50, $100, and you would then be providing those things for not only yourself, but other people, and the transparency of, instead of us waiting a year for that benefit to show up, we have the opportunity to harvest 8 times a year with hydroponics, aquaponics, aeroponics. And let me pull this up because I want to speak to it. Great question. Ooh, these questions are wonderful. Bougie, I wish you would hit the link, but I know you ain't, and that's okay, but I still love you. How long might it take until the first dirt is tilled for what we invest in? Love that question. Love that question. The great thing about it is we actually don't have to till anything. So say you invest now into Chocolate Earth. You're going to start to see the fruits of that. And I'm giving it, making it even longer. We're looking at about 6 months. 6 months, you're going to start to see what can be done and how fast it can go. Because again, we're growing food in greenhouses. No, it's all right. I'm going to do another one. And see, I'm on the West Coast now, and I still got to get used to the fact that a lot of the people I know is on the East Coast. But I appreciate you coming in, Bougie. Again, you know, I'm going to keep at it because I want to add more things to it. But yes, you can see that benefit, because not only can I use those funds to create those particular greenhouses, as well as provide opportunity along the way for people to work with me, for people to learn with me. And that's why I started this channel initially. I am not like a in the norm of content creation. I'm more, hey, oh, no, I'm just teasing you. But the fact that we can take something that's been around forever. People have been growing food with water for millennia. I can grow beets, green beans, grapes, lemons, the lemon trees, the whole nine, because it's in a controlled setting. So as long as it's temperature controlled, as long as those things are in place, which they would be, here we go. We start to harvest. So my goal is to break ground, hopefully before the end of August. That is my goal. And once that starts to happen, meaning we're going to start building these greenhouses and getting things out here. And I know it might seem silly to some, but I wanted to share this with you. Okay. And this is why I say I live and breathe this. This is my baby. I'm just telling you. I got the seeds, yo. We got seeds out here already. You see what I'm saying? I just want to show you that. These are seeds. I don't know if you can see it. I didn't pick up the collars on purpose because I'm Black, but this was at the top of the box. This little bag of seeds, dude, it can feed a family. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a corn fan. I love corn. So I am 100% in to what I want to see happen. But I do need help with it. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to play like I don't, because I do. I am as the gentleman had said, I am not in a position where I can walk in a bank and they're going to write me a check. Even with a business plan. Because again, hello. If we're providing for ourselves, a lot of people are not going to like that. And we know it. Would they try to come after it, attack it? Of course, that's business. It's a part of it. But I am building a strong foundation so that that can't be rocked. Hey, Vic, thank you. I'm glad that y'all here. I hope. Oh, yeah, right. I can't wait to see it too. And see, that's the cool thing about it. Aeroponics, the nutrients comes from the top. You have hydroponics where you place that inside of just the small water cup and watch it grow. And the one thing about it is you can keep growing from that same plant. Once it blooms, once it gets to its full place, you can harvest that and start all over again without missing a beat. I'm not sure if anybody has seen what one of these greenhouses look like, but I'm gonna bring this up real quick. It is, and Bougie, again, I hope you have a great night, and I hope that your week is wonderful. Again, you know, I am trying to be more and more consistent with my videos and what I'm bringing to it. So let me go into this part here. I don't know why. I think this is it. Hold on, bear with me, y'all. Because I'm trying to make sure this is the thing that I wanted. Okay, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So what we're looking at right now, this is GeoBitMine. Let me stop sharing this screen here. All right, perfect. Because I want to be able to see. Perfect. Okay. So I wanted to speak to this. So we're talking about, thank you. We're talking about water conservation. However, I want to talk about the greenhouses that conserve this water. The fact that we would not have to use as much, the fact that we can have fresh product that is without any kind of chemicals, any kind of chemtrails, or we don't have to fight the weather in the sense of you have crop outside, which would, you know, we wait and let it grow once a year. However, within a greenhouse setting, boom, we going all year. We don't have to stop growing. We can keep growing. So this is a company that also does this. So I'm gonna speak to this as we go through it. And again, the link is at the top, it's pinned. If you have any questions, come on up. If you want to talk about it, come on up. So we're talking strictly hydroponics. And let me go to that. So this is the example of what I'm talking about. This right here is a vertical farm. And as you can see, there it is, they're growing. Boom, right here. I think they're tomatoes. I don't want to lie and say 100%, but I do believe these are tomatoes. And as you see, you could just pull some tomatoes off and move on to the next. And then down at the bottom, they have the hydroponic where that it is sitting in water. So these plants are actually feeding each other. It is a really great process. I'm fascinated with it. I really am. There go the brother working. And so this is also, this is a hydroponic farm. And as you can see, it is inside of a greenhouse. So it is protected. We don't have to worry about the elements. We just have to worry about the human beings in there. Make sure everybody clean, doing what they got to do, right? But as a person who's getting started and going to that level, I would be the one in this really snazzy cap he got on here, little hairnet. I have one of them on. And so my goal is to put put cameras in the greenhouse and have another channel where you could just go there and see live that they're growing. And you can see the progress and be a part of that. So let me keep it pushing. So this is the traditional way to grow. However, the majority of people's water comes from an aquifer near your city, maybe on the outskirts, so on and so forth, and it's ran through with piping to go across whatever the city is, or why we say off grid, on grid. So your on grid water is coming from an aquifer, usually, where it's being processed and recycled. However, when you have situations like this, where they need to water, it's a lot of water to keep just a half an acre farm. Imagine 2-3 acres farm, and you need enough water. And if the ground is dry, if there's a drought, and see, these are things that working inside of a greenhouse and providing the nutrients to the plants this way, it provides that so that you don't have to worry about these things. And see, what I want to do as we go along is teach as I go, show you that this can be done. It doesn't have to only be me, right? We can work together to change something amazing. This is what I was speaking to. This is actually a picture of the different drivers coming from Mexico or at the Mexico border, bringing in our produce. You know, a lot of people will be like, that's, it's fresh from the table. No, it's not. I'm sorry, this is itching me, and I forgot to mirror it, so I'll be confused when I'm looking at myself. All right, let's keep going. I love this view. So this is another farm. So let's speak to that. A farm this size is usually about an acre. If I take an acre of land and build greenhouses on them and grow fruits and vegetables, that is an income of $250,000 a year. Just for me, moi. That gives me disposable income. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need, I live fabulously, probably off of just a third of that. Because not only will I be building these greenhouses and having those involved with, because I do have a team. I don't want y'all to think I'm doing this all by myself. I have a small team of people who are on standby. They're just waiting for me. So once I'm able to get the first greenhouse up, we're ready to go. And I want to share that journey with you guys. And whether you invest or not, I still am going to share that journey. You might be inspired to do it. And I want to be able to provide that, as well as go, hey, if you want to reach out to me and you need help putting together your greenhouse, or you're trying to purchase land, or so on and so forth, hey, you can reach out to me and I will help as much as I can. Because now that's another business I can work with. So something that I may not be able to provide, that other business would be able to. We still gonna make money. Everybody can eat. And that's my motto. Everybody can eat. Now you're looking at opportunity. The greenhouses bring opportunity. How? Providing jobs for drivers, providing jobs for people who can deliver this, using technology and systems. Because again, in the video I played a little bit earlier, because we don't like being bothered when we go to the grocery store or we go to a retail shop, we are more inclined to order online. And that brings up where that new technology. So I'm taking old technology of growing food this way, the new technology of having it available online. And here's the investment part. It is no secret that a lot of our country is on EBT or in the SNAP program, and getting benefits once a month to purchase food. But there is not a food service system that delivers food to people that have EBT. That is 80% of grocery stores revenue is EBT. And last year, they spent $1.9 billion, and we're providing fruits and vegetables for people. And you can be a part of that. Or if you just like what I'm talking about and I can create more content like this, please support the show. I appreciate that as well, because I'm utilizing every form to bring awareness to what I'm trying to do and bring an awareness that there's a different way to do this and be successful and build wealth for you and your family. Let me keep it going. Now, see, like I said, they're showing the greenhouse in the winter. This is from 2023. And look, lights still on. Things are still popping. Whatever the weather may bring. I also wanted to just share with you that, again, nothing I'm saying can't be looked at, fact checked, found out about. What I'm trying to do at this point is, as I stated before, pay off the rest of my land, which is small payments. That's why I encourage people to get land. That's why I encourage you, even if you don't live on it, get a piece of property. You can have someone rent it from you. You can have different businesses on it. And there is land available all over the country. And earlier, when we were talking about brands and what people do and how we shop. See, not only can I grow fruits and vegetables, I can grow hemp, cotton in a greenhouse, jute. And if you're not familiar, these are things that are made up in the clothing we wear. Hemp is used for so many things, and we know that. Rope. It goes into such a piece by piece moment. And I'm not going to, muddle along keep too much, because it's like, I really want to express how much and how important this is. And no matter, because again, if I want it to succeed, I got to keep pushing, and I got to stand in my square, and I got to dig my heels down so that I can see progress and share that progress. So being a part of that journey with me, and being a part of that journey with the Chocolate Earth brand, it will bring you benefit. Because not only does that start a network, because you might be in a different type of business that I can benefit from you as well. And that's how real business is done. They take care of each other. That's why there's only a handful of people who take care of everything. Right? That's how people operate and move. And like I said earlier, if you were here, we don't even make our own crayons for our kids. We don't have channels where there's education or shows for our kids, even down to our electronics. My lanes are the same three: agriculture, manufacturing, and technology. Those three things will allow us to become the supply chain. Now, let me keep it going, because you guys, right. Oh, Bougie, thank you for bringing that up. She probably gone, but I do want to say thank you so much for what you do and your questions and the interest. Bougie, much love to you. So I know it's Sunday, and over here it's early in the evening for me. And we're going, because I've been going at it for about 2 hours. And I can talk about this all day, but I don't want to bore you to death. So hold on. Let me bring up. There's something else I wanted to show everyone, and we can get into that as well. But I really wish you can hit the link if you so inclined. If you got any questions, if you want to tell me, you full of shit, come on up. Bougie, you still here? Okay. Thank you for all your questions. I love your questions. Let me see. Right. I want to pair, yes. And as Bougie said, and we would want to start to and we would want to start to see these in underserved communities. Exactly. Because there can be smaller greenhouses across the board, which turns into eventually the grocery stores, bringing in more opportunity. Because again, where Dollar Tree and Dollar General, where they get benefits and kickbacks because they build in the hood, that those aren't options, healthy options for people. There aren't Sprouts. You know where they are, or a Whole Foods, or these particular places for us, and we need these things. It's not just a question of, well, we already got it, so why would we want to do it? It is because we need these things. I want to go to a store that is owned by my community, and I walk in and I see my community working behind the register, the manager, the people stocking, the whole nine. There is nothing wrong with that. And there are a lot more people out here who would probably go to work on outside if they had safe environments to work in. So it starts to play into all of those things. It starts to play into the psyche of it all, not just the money, but it also brings us closer together as a community, because we're now meeting our own needs. If you know someone, your child or you yourself, you want to make bags like Hermes, or you want to make bags like, I'm trying to think, what's that one bag? I can't think of that one that's super, super expensive. It's like 10,000 a bag, child. I ain't buying no bag. I be trying to talk crazy if I see $7.99 on it. I'm like, what? I can make it. There is an ability here, because again, when we talk about the crux of our communities, Black farmers don't get the same benefit as our counterparts because they don't have that many options to sell to. Who are they selling to? They should be able to sell to us. Birkin, thank you. A Birkin bag. I'll take a Bobby bag. I don't need Birkin. I don't know him. If it looks nice, baby, I'm buying it, and you know it. And if it's made well, I'm buying it. And you know, we are word of mouth. We go to work, we getting dressed, we trying to be cute. Girl, you can get this bag, blah, 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 blah. And we can give that value if that's so meaning. And I don't know if anybody remembers, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. Payless. Do you guys remember Payless? Where you could go get your shoes and a purse to match. I'm talking to the ladies. And then I remember Payless used to sell the Shacks. Yes, the Shack shoe. And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with purchasing Nike or supporting any business that you like. However, having alternatives is a benefit for our community. Then think about it. Those same jobs that we talk about, that build character for our children, or, having your first job or making your first dollar, that should be a pleasant experience. That should be an experience where you see people that look like you that want to see you succeed. And as I was talking about before, you can be a venture capitalist, meaning you only invest one time and you get the opportunity to watch it grow. And when you want to pull it out or reinvest, you can. And that is the Chocolate Earth brand. That is building on top of it. Not the foundation, because that's the hub. That's the where everything should come through. You should be able to call and get as much information. You should be able to call and get housing help, on and on and on. So those are the things that are the most important. I think there's a few things I want to show you guys, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. We talked about how that's going to be, and I just want to make sure I have all of this as well. So when I talk about community, yeah, I want to show this. Like I told you, I said the one part of it is food, and the other part of it is, hold on real quick. I want to make sure. No, this is okay. Great. Is this the same one? Hold on. Oh, it is. Hold on. Let me change this slide. The electric slide. Hold on for a second. Somebody outside my door laughs really, really loud. Am I petty because I don't want to hear him laugh? Am I petty because I always hear his loud laughter? That's so wrong, ain't it? All right, let me quit being bad. Hold on. All right. I know this is here, so we're going to remove that. Here it is. I know for some of you and for anyone that's new, which I appreciate y'all coming through, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what more you want me to discuss, how more in depth. And again, if you decide that you want to invest and you want to be a part of this journey, you can reach out to me on my community tab, on my email. I'm going to drop it in the link to get any more in depth as to what these benefits would look like for you. If you are enjoying the content and you're learning something and you would like me to continue that, please feel I would appreciate if you drop a few dollars. I'm not an expensive girl. So what we're looking at is alternative housing, right? This is when I was talking about the brand. Once I know that the Chocolate Earth side of growing food and so on and so forth is up and running, this is also going to be taking place of how I can assist with housing the homeless, the poor, the working poor, the people I talked about earlier, our retail workers, our, people who only work part-time. We have elderly who don't have sufficient housing. And if they did have sufficient housing, they'd have an income. Now, I want to share these houses, and whether or not you're into them or not, the cool thing about it is that these are home plans that you can take a look at. I'll drop the link as well. I believe in building with the earth. This is what I'm showing you at this point. These are different home plans, different houses that can be built with some clay and some sand and some lime and a little bit of cement. And you can make a brick that will last 100 years. If you, I'm going to be doing a series on earth bag building. So if you're interested on that, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. These homes can be built under $10,000. And the benefit of that is fireproof, mold proof, flood proof. And it's not too good to be true. It's not a scam or something made up. People have, again, been doing this since millennia. They have been building with bricks and building with what you may hear it as adobe, or you may hear it as earthen, or you may hear cob building. So these are the two lanes I'm in right now, where I would be able to provide these homes that can be built in a in a in a timely fashion. Like, we're not talking years here. We're not talking even months. We're talking weeks. And they can be, so if I can build you a home under $10,000 on your property, that means your taxes aren't going to go up that much. And if you build a community surrounding this, you have the ability to house people affordably. Now, here's the business side of it. Investing in that, and I'm also investing in it, is housing the homeless. This is a very efficient way to create tiny homes. You can create a mansion if you so please, and there are plenty out here. I suggest you just type in earthbed housing and adobe homes, and you'll see. Like I said, everything I'm sharing with you guys today is out there. It's just where you're looking and who and what you want to do with that information. And these are homes that go up to 3 bedrooms, as you can see here. This can be a school, that can be a community building. Like, there are so many ways to do this, because it's not where we're trying to necessarily compete with flash. It is about longevity. It is about safety. Because if we take care of those particular things, we then now invite the ability to continue to keep that going. That's paying our teachers $900 billion. And our consumerism is going to grow into the trillions. Now, we don't need I'm not greedy. Let me just get one bill. Like, can I get that? I think that sets my whole family up for a few generations, depending on what that's going to be worth in 100 years, right? And you can do this on any scale. You can do it on a small scale, or you can do it, my goal is to build communities for people, build shopping plazas, build things that people can use long after I'm gone. Because that's the point, right? It's what we leave behind. That is what people remember. Like I said earlier and in the beginning, I come from a family of laborers. Now, my great-grandfathers on both parental and both my parents, they bought land. They bought land because they knew that for you to have some kind of safety in this country, you need to have your own in some kind of way. And like I said, right now, places like New Mexico, places like Oregon, places like, everywhere, all over the country, there's land to be purchased. And even if you don't live on it, you can still benefit from it. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing this information, not just about getting in people's pockets or trying to sell someone a pipe dream. This is truly about giving back to my community, as well as building wealth for my nephews, for my family. Because then that puts them in a better situation. My younger brother, I don't want them to have to struggle and work the way I did. I don't think that it is always necessary to build character that way. If you teach someone something that they can continually use, it's going to bring us where we need to be. So it's really about the lanes we're in. And that's why I say we need to be titans. And I know we out here, there are brilliant people, and you don't need 50 degrees to do it. And not to say anything about anybody that wants to be a part of that. So I have someone hit the link. Hey. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Hey, Chocolate Earth. I know you
Hey.
said you were about to wrap it up. I just wanted to
No.
come up and see if there was anything I could, add in. But it was a really interesting talk.
Was it? Thank you. That means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I know a lot of people who do. I mean, you answered a lot.
I tried to.
I just wish that we could all come together more and getting connected with the people who are actually doing projects like you're doing, because it does take a lot, But we'll eventually we will, all come together. That's where I see a vision I see for us as a people, us all being in the same place doing the right thing.
Right.
So,
I appreciate you coming up. How you been?
all right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Like I said, as I'm I'm over here with the scrape and the hustle and the movement so that we can see better. Unfortunately, people like myself, I've been called many things on this space. However, I am still fueled to make something better for my people. I am still fueled to keep going and keep pushing however I can attain those goals. And bringing in people who want to be a part of it, because I'm going to keep it 100. It's about land development for me. It's about buying as much land that we can use to benefit the different businesses and different business types. So like, for instance, if somebody wants to, this is the manufacturing side. If somebody wants to sell t-shirts, why aren't we making them? Why aren't we having a distribution house that has all kinds of t-shirts, and we can hook you up and so on and so forth? Now, we have them as businesses individually, but not as like a company online that, boom, we're going to run you like that. And another part of it too is that we have a lot more younger entrepreneurs. So that means that there's going to be even more innovation because they're catching on sooner. And I think that's the point, is that if we lead by example, we're able to bring that in. So yeah. Thank you for coming up. I'm about to wrap it. Go ahead.
Okay. No,
I wasn't gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say consistency yields results. So
yeah. And I know for me, that's something that I am truly trying to do out here on these YouTube streets. And I'm starting to see the benefits from that. Because I don't know if you know, now you can get monetized with only 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours now.
I heard you were saying that yesterday.
So YouTube changed the rules, of course, because they own the platform. Giving smaller channels the opportunity to make money. And see, for me, then I'm not relying just on donations or investors. This is also a way that I can bring in income to fuel what I'm doing.
Absolutely. But in the Bible, I don't know if you ever heard this scripture, but I think it said God bless the child that has their own.
I do remember that. I do remember. I'm not sure where it is in the
And
book.
we might not have it all, but there's another saying that said we might not have it all together, but together we have it all.
That's it. That is very true.
Their contribution.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we all have it. We all have a contribution.
yep.
We all have the ability to bring something to the table. I don't care if you drive trucks or you sit behind a computer all day. We all have the ability to contribute. So I am just thankful. Thank you for the consistent audience. Thank you, you guys, for coming up. Like I said, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to drop my email in there.
Yeah.
If you are in, this is Chocolate Earth Foundation at Gmail. And I got it in the chat. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, if you have any interest, you want to know more about what Chocolate Earth is trying to do. And like I said, we starting with the food and the housing. Those are the two biggest places that people are in trouble. And we've got people out here living on the street next to under tarps and tents, and there's children there. See, when we talk about the homeless, we just say we thinking one old man or a dude that don't want to work or a woman that might not want to work or strung out or whatever it may be. But there are also children that go to school homeless. There are children who are currently homeless right now, living in unimaginable conditions right here in this country. So,
well, you know, my dad, he grew up poor. So then, you know, it's people that I know that grew up poor, you know,
right.
So yeah, and like you said, it's definitely a huge, you know, and always has been a huge concern, and I'm
right.
glad that you know, I'm glad that you've been talking about it, because we forget, you know, because I think, and you know, because where I'm at, the tent communities are in the woods, but they're there. You know, and you don't know unless you know, but you're like, where are these people coming from? Well, the tent community, and like you said, every now and then they'll do a sweep, you know, but they take them in the woods, or they might be where you can see them. Like you said, there's more than people that you can see too, not just the people. Yeah,
there stays hidden. It's supposed to. That's why when I was talking about earlier, the list of people who keep the country going are the people that's going out here, going to work, the people that deliver newspapers, the people who work in, and you know, when you trying to get your coffee from Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts, those people are getting up and going to work. And I think that they should be the ones to benefit for a change.
Well, Dunkin' Donuts pays $17 per hour starting off.
And see, again,
I mean, that's more than some people are making. So I don't see what the problem is. Actually, you have to have a certain amount of skill to actually work there, because you can't work there if you're slow.
That's a good point.
You know, and the same thing with Starbucks. You know, because they have all those drinks and stuff they got to make, and
they're gonna get trained, right? And some people are good at it, and some people aren't.
Right.
But the more opportunity that's available, maybe that person, it might be too slow to serve coffee, but maybe they're great at customer service. Maybe they're great at Excel sheets. Maybe they have other options, and I think a lot of times when we talk about our children and what's going on in our communities, children don't pay rent, right? They don't buy cars yet. They don't do any of those things. We have to take care of the adults so that they can take care of their children.
Yeah, and now it's like the kids make more than their parents, you know?
Well, because they catching on. You can make money online.
They're doing
You
better.
can, right. And that's what we
That's a
want,
good
right?
thing. Mm-hmm.
However, again, this is also a culture of children who want culturally driven places to go, items. We don't have a line of toys. We don't have any of those things to counteract or go, yes, there are different people, different communities, but you'll always know that this is your community. You're always here and you can have your own as well as benefit from others' creations. No one is saying don't buy from anyone else. What I'm saying is that it is time to start being titans of industry. And so if that means, okay, I start with my little greenhouses and build my little homes, and that puts me in a position to help people that I want to help. No one can tell me who I can and cannot have on the property I've built. But see, when you buy a house in a neighborhood, you're paying for the house, not the land. The land is already spoken for. You got a backyard, and some people, hey, knocking no backyard. What I'm saying is, on an economical level, how does it benefit the community if you have to leave it to have a better life? And we hear that story over and over again, and it's like, when are we going to fix up what we have? Well, for me, I know that the way I can contribute is by whatever monetary gain I can get from growing food and building affordable housing, though that money can circulate back into those communities. Then I can go and patron Black shops and different things like that, because it's going to breed more people to start creating more, because there's opportunity out there. So I say all that. You know how I am.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I was
crazy,
gonna say, well,
crazy
you're right.
passionate.
You're right, because I wanted to tell you that I don't know if I ever told you before, but when we were talking about homeless people or and adults, there are
Mhm.
adults that were homeless, and they might live in the tent communities, or they might be homeless. But the thing is, when they get a job, this one woman, when they go back to the camp, you can get attacked
Well, of
because they
course.
think you got money on you. So you're
Mhm.
trying to get in the system and get you, and all people need is just a hand up.
That's it. That's it.
And then again, also, um, you know, people have to help you help them. You have to
Mhm.
want it. But then
Of
again,
course.
yeah. So however you do it, but yeah. So I get what you're saying about we have to help the adults and
Mhm.
the families, because um, it's like a cycle. You get a job, but then you don't have a place to stay. People think you have money on you. She was a woman, and she
Mm.
had got attacked because
Oh,
they
I'm
wanted the
so
money.
sorry.
Yeah, they wanted. So
Well,
I know what you
because
mean.
if she got that job, but where was she living?
She
You
was
got
living
people
in.
living in
That's
their
why she
car.
got attacked when she was when you go back to the
Mhm.
tent community, like where everybody's at.
Right.
Even people you think might be your friends, like you think it's like a whole friendly situation, but if they think you have money on them because there might be drug use or any reason,
Yeah.
they will attack you. It's not like
Mhm.
people over there having fun
And that's the thing.
in the
And
tents.
I'm
Yeah.
right. I'm glad that you brought that up. Where we are, it's over 100 degrees. So I cannot imagine being inside of a box or a plastic sheeting or a tarp or a tent in 110, 120 degree weather. People are losing their lives this way. And we have a large 60% of the homeless in this country are men. So that either means there's not enough opportunity or we just got a whole bunch of lazy men in America. I doubt it. I doubt that. So if we talk about and I know you've heard it in these spaces, well, the problem with the Black community is the Black family. Well, what if the father or the husband, they don't feel viable and they leave because they're like, hey, you could do better without me? There are people who think like that, but we don't. And to what the gentleman at the video I had played earlier, what he said, we got $900 billion. It is just where we put it, and that's it.
Yeah, I heard about the heat because a sister had did a video earlier. She said that they calling this like the boiling, like the earth boiling, because and that things are getting shut down because of the actual heat, like over there in Arizona. I think that's what I was like, I didn't know that was going on. It has been hot the past like week.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
but
it's hot here. Yesterday I was on a live with somebody and people be thinking I don't got nothing on. It's not that. I just don't like things on my shoulders and it gets hot.
yeah.
And even with the air conditioning on, you could tell has the temperature. I'm happy to be home. Now I ain't gonna lie about that. Hot or not, I am happy to be home. However, it's dangerous.
I'm
There's
assuming
heat
you
in
have
it.
air conditioning. Yeah.
Yes. Thank goodness.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, and then the thing is that also because of the heat, people are needing to be prepared to make sure you have a way probably to get cool and stuff. So that's good. You in the air conditioning, and I see why you're worried about, because I know you were worried about them when it was cold and now it's extremely hot, and you're worried about it.
Yeah.
And I am too.
And so, like you said, the benefit of so that we're not fighting the city to build is that once you purchase that personal property, you build how you want to on it. As long as it passed inspection, you good. And see, the mixture of the earth bags and or earth bricks or any of those type of things help not only flood or bug proof or mold proof, so on and so forth. It also will insulate. So when it's cold, the earth will take in all that cold and turn it into heat.
Wow.
And I'm a big nerd. And so
no, but it's a great thing.
Yeah, I
Somebody's
am.
gotta
And I
do
love
it.
it.
Somebody's
Yeah.
gotta do it.
And
because I heard you say it earlier.
Yeah. I'm proud of the fact that I can see this alternative and I want to share. It's nothing new. I'm not, it's just my ability to research or break down, so on and so forth. And like I said, I am more than welcoming and open to information, working together, investment, Cash App, all of those things matter. A subscribe, that's free. And if you don't have the money to give, that's fine too. Please just come back and share the information. Come back and spread the knowledge. Tell your family members. Tell them that there is an alternative to live. A way that you are not getting up every day going, oh my God, how am I gonna pay this rent? You shouldn't have to, not in this country.
No.
We should have, with $900 billion, that means that we're giving $900 billion to all the companies that are available now. The only thing I think that stays predominantly Black is beauty and hair care. But where do we buy our clothes? Where are we paying our rent? What bank are we paying our mortgage to? What neighborhoods are we living in? And are they benefiting our kids? Our schools are still trash. We still have food deserts. We don't have any training programs for people who get out of prison. It's hard for them to find housing because they have a felony. Why? It should be case by case. If you doing some sus stuff, no, you can't stay there. No. But they also need a place to stay so they ain't out here being creeps. Being out here being creepy. And then end up going back to prison. Because a lot of people do that because they can't function. Because we don't believe in really rehabilitating people. We say we do, but we know the facts. So I just do hope that you walked away with it with some information. I appreciate everybody coming through. Again, reach out, my community tab. You can find me on Instagram. You can find my email, and I hope to do this again. I'll probably, if not tomorrow, then it'll be Tuesday, because I have even more to bring. So I know it's late on the East Coast and in the Midwest and Central Time. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you so much for coming, Big Mama,
Thank you,
aka.
thank you, Chocolate. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down.
Okay, you have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much. Again, I'm going to end it here. I'm really excited. And if you weren't here for the live, please check out the replay. And again, comment, share, and subscribe. And like I said, it's not just because I'm bringing it up doesn't mean that I'll be the only one doing it. So y'all stay blessed, and Chocolate is out. Good night.